So I'm on screen 11 now, and what I want to take a look at are these three different formats, starting with the factored form here. And it says f of x equals a times the quantity of x minus r1 times the quantity of x minus r2. And a, by the way, tells us if the graph opens upward or downward. If a is a positive value, then the graph opens up. If a is a negative value, then the graph opens downward. So it's a right side up U if a is positive, and it's an upside down U if a is negative. And then what happens is we can figure out where the graph crosses the x-axis by setting x minus r1 equal to 0 and solve. And we can take x minus r2 and set it equal to 0, and we can solve. And that's what you can see down below. It says, this is the factored form of the quadratic equation. It's also called intercept form. From this form, we can find the x-intercepts. r1, 0, r2, 0. I'm going to skip over here to the standard form, which is the third one here on our screen. And the standard form is what we've been, what we're most familiar with, because we've already looked at the quadratic formula in our first unit, unit 3, that we did. And the standard form uses A, B, and C. And first of all, we can find the y-intercept at 0c. All that we're doing is we put 0 back in for x in the terms of ax squared, put 0 back in x for the bx, they cancel out. So we know automatically that the y-intercept is 0c when our equation's in this format. And we can find the axis of symmetry using the formula x equals the opposite of b divided by 2 times a. And once you find x equals the opposite of b divided by 2 times a, then you take that value that you found, that number, and you put it back into the equation wherever you see x, and that will give you the ordered pair of the vertex. So in terms of notes, I would put standard form is the y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And then I would put y-intercept is 0c. The axis of symmetry, which, by the way, I sometimes abbreviate as A dot O dot S, is x equals negative b divided by 2a. The negative is directly out in front of the formula. And then a little notation that you would take the value that you find, the numerical value that x equals in the axis of symmetry, substitute it back into the equation to find the y value of the vertex. I can also recommend that you use Desmos on here and just look at the picture. The third format is the vertex form. F of x equals a times the quantity of x minus h quantity squared plus k. Again, a tells us whether the graph opens up or down. If a is positive, the graph opens up. If a is negative, the graph opens down. The vertex, x minus h quantity squared plus k, the vertex is hk. And oftentimes what I say is, you change the sign, keep the sign. Since it's x minus h, you just take the h. So if you're thinking of it as a negative, it becomes positive. Change the sign, and then it's plus k, you keep the sign. That's the vertex, hk. And the axis of symmetry is x equals h. So whatever value you found for the vertex, you use that for the axis of symmetry. Again, I can recommend that you use Desmos to check your work.